Hi everybody. I'm going to show you a simple DIY storage solution that I built for my son's room. I was having issues finding a piece that would fit in the area that I needed, and my son actually has an air vent on the floor right next to his bed, so very limited to what I can have in that area to allow the air to flow, obviously, and allow him to have heat or air. So I decided to build this storage unit out of things that I had purchased from the Dollar Tree. I started first going to my local Dollar Tree, and I found about 10 baskets, two different sizes, one large, one small, in red. These were the only baskets that they had in red, so I was kind of limited to what type of basket and what size. It ended up working out. So I also bought 8 sheets of foam board in white. They had different colors, so depending on your project, you can pick the color foam board that you want. So what I did was I measured my baskets and cut down for my larger baskets to the width that I needed. And I actually used the length of the foam board, so it ended up working out perfectly. I didn't have to cut a whole lot. So what I did was I used my hot glue gun and I glued the pieces together. And the excess that I had left over, I actually used for the shelves for the smaller baskets. So this is me just gluing all the pieces together. I did purchase duct tape to help support or reinforce the edges. I ended up not using it. I'm going to wait until I find a different pattern to match my son's room a little bit better. I just purchased some from the Dollar Tree, and it was just a little too busy for his room. So this is just measuring. I kind of eyeball things, which is not the best thing to do. I should have measured. I ended up having problems with this specific shelf later on. It ended up bowing, so I ended up having to take that part apart and measure and glue it in the right spot so that it was level. And you want to make sure that you put supports underneath. That way the shelf doesn't bow. This is me just measuring the supports for in between those shelves, so the top shelf will be supported. And you can do this any way that you want, depending on the baskets that you have. After this video is over, I will insert a couple pictures of one that I had made for my daughter's room with some baskets that I had purchased all from the Dollar Tree and the foam board as well. So like I said, you don't have to only do what I'm doing here. This is just what kind of happened once I started putting it all together. So I mean, you can get really creative and do a lot of stuff and make it a lot larger. I wouldn't put a lot of heavy stuff inside of it just because it is foam board. It's not wood. It's probably definitely not made to withstand a lot of weight. So it was just a cheap alternative to going and buying another storage organizer that I had already purchased for his room. And I'm very sorry about the view. I was working in my son's room. There wasn't a lot of room in between his mattress and the area that I was working in, so please excuse the view. And this was actually adding, you can see that shelf is a little bowed. I ended up fixing that after. It was really driving me crazy, so. This is it completed. As you can see, the air vent is down there on the floor. Ended up turning out really well. I connected it to his organizer that he had already had, that I had purchased, and just filled the dead space with another shelf and put a basket there. Ended up working out very well. This is just an idea. Oh, also, I had a couple leftover baskets and ran out of foam board to make more areas for it. So I hung them on the wall with monkey hooks, I think they're called. That way he can keep like his remotes or controllers or whatever they are, you know, things off of his shelves, and it's easier for me to wipe them down. This is just a little overview of his room. He's kind of going with an American flag type of style. I actually built these shelves and the pallet wall myself. If you have any questions about those, please let me know. Leave any questions or comments below. Here are my daughters that I'd made. So I'm just showing you that there are different ideas that you can come up with to utilize these. These are just some shelves on the wall. So if you have questions, please leave them below. Thank you.